Hey friends, it's Jess and Jericho. We've got many homemade cat food recipes for you that will cover most typical situations, whether you want to feed raw or cooked. Maybe you can get your ingredients locally, maybe you can't and you need to buy your ingredients online. Maybe you want to feed whole raw meaty bones, maybe you have a grinder, or maybe you want a boneless recipe. We have recipes for all of those situations. I'm going to break it down into 3 sections. The first section will be if you cannot find ingredients locally, maybe you don't have liver or kidney or raw meaty bones at your grocery store or you can't get to the farm. The first section is for you if you are going to buy your ingredients online. The second section is 100% raw recipes, and that's going to include both bone-in and boneless recipes. And the third section is 100% cooked recipes, and these recipes would not include whole meaty bones because we can't feed those cooked. All of those recipes include a bone replacement supplement. So if you want to buy your meat ingredients online, this is best for people that have multiple cat households because you're going to buy in bulk. Therefore, you can make a lot of cat food. This can also work for single cat households. This is what I did with Jericho for many years, and I'm still doing it with Jericho. Sometimes I buy his ingredients online. Sometimes I buy them at the local farmer's market. Maybe you don't have a grinder and you can't feed whole raw meaty bones yet, then these options are also great for you. These options are also beginner friendly, and this is exactly how I started feeding Jericho homemade raw. So the first option where you would buy your meats online is 𝐉𝐄𝐄 Raw. Now they have 2 different products, one that is complete, so that means that it is complete as is. It is not for homemade cat food, you do not add anything to it. Then they have the other option, which is called Pure. So these are your 80-10-10 base recipes that just include meat, bones, and organs. There are no additional supplements, and therefore you would add your own supplements to it. So you can use the 𝐤𝐿 for meat and bone premix. This would go perfectly with all of their protein options, and this is based on their nutritional analysis of their products. So that's very beginner friendly. If you just want to buy one supplement, get into the routine and habit of making the food at home. If you prefer a more whole food supplement, maybe you're a little bit more advanced, you're ready to buy supplement ingredients separately, and you want to use more whole food ingredients, then you can use the DIY supplement recipe that 𝐉𝐄𝐄 Raw, the owner, gave me. So this includes more whole food ingredients, and I would say is still beginner friendly because the meat, the base ingredients are already put together for you and you're not formulating the recipe yourself. So the recipe includes now kelp powder, salmon or cod liver oil, now oil, trace minerals of manganese or blue mussels. So you're going to use either the manganese drops or blue mussels, nutritional yeast, and taurine powder. And the complete guide to 𝐉𝐄𝐄 Raw is included in the description, which also includes the recipe for the DIY supplements, and I've also included links to these specific supplements. Now, just a note here that this recipe for the supplements is for 1 pound of 𝐉𝐄𝐄 Raw Pure blends. And each 𝐉𝐄𝐄 Raw Pure blend block is 2 pounds. So if you plan to use the entire 2-pound block, you would double the supplement recipe. And this supplement recipe is based on the specific nutritional analysis of 𝐉𝐄𝐄 Raw Pure. So this isn't a recipe that you can just use with any 80-10-10. This is specifically formulated based on 𝐉𝐄𝐄 Raw's nutritional analysis of the ingredients that they use. And you can use my affiliate code Caticles to save 20% on your first order. You get a discount, I earn a commission, and your cat gets delicious food, so it's a win-win-win. The other option, if you want to buy your meats ingredients online, is Hair Today. This is actually how I got started with Jericho. They have a lot of protein variety, and what you would do, this is very beginner friendly, what you would do is buy the meat, bones, and organs grinds, plus 𝐤𝐿 for meat and bone supplement premix. Alternatively, if you don't want to feed the ground bones, you could buy their boneless meats and the organs grinds and then use the 𝐤𝐿 plus calcium supplement. Please read through the product pages. They are very, very clear on what to use for each supplement. They have a lot of information on the specifics of feeding their grinds with these supplements. You can also buy fish oil at Hair Today as well. Hair Today has an excellent rewards program as well. So when you create an account, you'll earn discount points on your purchases. You can write reviews and earn discount points that way. You can share your referral link with friends and family like I do with you, and you'll earn discount points that way as well. And you can share the link on Facebook or whatever. Just make sure you let people know, hey, I get a discount. If you create an account, you get a discount as well. And these discount points or rewards points really come in handy. Sometimes I'm able to get Jericho's food completely for free. The other pro here is that Hair Today allows you to apply those rewards points to the shipping costs as well. So maybe you might not get the food completely for free, but you might get free shipping because of it. So the pros for both Hair Today and Viva Raw is that they both have a lot of protein variety. Hair Today has more protein variety than Viva Raw, but Viva Raw does have 5 different proteins available. And with the rabbit and beef, they also include secreting organs like kidney. With the bird recipes, you'll get the gizzards, so you get extra muscular organs that way. Now, a con here is that you have to pay for shipping, but that's just the way it is. You know, they're shipping a large amount of raw food that's by weight. So either we pay for the shipping or the business pays for the shipping, and small businesses just can't afford to offer free shipping to everyone. But Viva Raw does offer free shipping if you order more than $250 worth. And just do the math to take into account the 20% off that you'll get if you use my code. With Hair Today, like I mentioned, if you have those reward points, you can apply that towards the shipping cost. They'll apply it towards the whole order, but you might have enough to get free shipping. So there are some ways around it, but just keep in mind again that shipping is just something that either we pay for or the business pays for. So these 100% raw recipes are great for multiple cat households or single cat households. If you want to feed 100% raw, 2 of these recipes include whole meaty bones, so that's great for you. If you can feed whole bones, that's ideal, but I've also included 2 recipes that include a bone replacement supplement, so they are boneless if you don't have a grinder at home or if you cannot feed whole raw meaty bones. And these recipes are also great for you if you actually have access to these ingredients locally. You will have to buy supplements online, but that's the case with all types of food. But at least if you have access to the meat ingredients locally, you can get the bulk of this recipe locally. So first we have Dr. Karen Becker's chicken recipe. And the pros here include that it includes whole chicken wings. So chicken wings are appropriate for cats because they are not weight-bearing bones. They are soft enough for the cat to eat. You would cut up the wings in 3 separate parts: the wing tip, the flat, and the drum. Jericho eats chicken wings throughout the week. He also eats chicken necks, but this recipe specifically only includes chicken wings. And there's more than just the nutritional benefits of, the calcium and phosphorus and the minerals that the bones provide, but it's also the mental stimulation of actually gnawing on the food, works the facial muscles, and it provides enrichment, and it provides dental benefits because this is the most natural toothbrush that you can get. So there's also good variety here with protein. There's chicken. We have hearts and gizzards, 2 muscular organs. There's beef liver, there's sardines, great for vitamin D, and the oysters provide zinc. Cons here, I would say, is that there are veggies included and you do still have to use supplements. The supplements are minimal and they are mostly whole foods, but it does include some veggies which technically aren't appropriate for cats. I mean, if you think about it, it's better than feeding canned food and kibble food. We're getting that much closer to the cat's natural diet. Plus, you're feeding it raw and you're feeding whole meaty bones. So I think that those cons are, the pros definitely outweigh the cons in this situation. Dr. Karen Becker also has a raw beef recipe, and this is a boneless recipe, so perfect for you if you don't have a grinder and can't feed whole raw meaty bones. So the beef pros include organ variety, so there's liver and kidney, whereas the chicken recipe only includes liver. The more secreting organs, the better, because there are many secreting organs in whole prey, like brain, eyes, spleen, And, these secreting organs are basically multivitamin and mineral supplements. But this one does include liver and kidney. And as I mentioned, it is pro if you cannot feed whole raw meaty bones or you do not have a grinder. This does include a bone replacement supplement. Cons here again, there are plant-based ingredients. Technically, cats don't eat those in the wild. But again, if you're going from kibble or canned food, or maybe even a commercial raw that uses a lot of synthetic supplements, homemade raw is still much better, even if there are some veggies in it, because you control the ingredients and how it's made. Even if you have a really great commercial raw cat food brand, maybe they could go out of business. That happened with me and Rad Cat. It was a great raw food, but ideally we would be making our cat's food at home because we control the ingredients and how it's made. Therefore, we control the cost, the nutritional quality of that food, because we can go to the farmer's market or where, you can shop around for the best cost, the best quality, and the best ingredients that you can find. Animal Diet Formula has ready-made recipes, and they have one for chicken. So the pros here that there are minimal supplements, easy to get the ingredients. Cons here, there's no variety, and like I mentioned before, variety in the secreting organs is good, but they do also have a beef recipe, so you could do both, and that could be your variety right there. Maybe another con is that you have to pay for it, but it's really affordable. It's only $4.99. That's way more affordable than buying their formulation software, plus you don't have to formulate it on your own. And hiring a nutritionist can also be expensive. So this is very beginner friendly. Their other recipe is for beef, and same pros here, minimal supplements, easy to get the ingredients. An additional pro here is that there are no chicken ingredients or egg ingredients, so that might be suitable for cats that are sensitive to those ingredients because this is beef only. But it does include eggshells for calcium because there's no bones in the recipe, so you do need a calcium source. Cons here, there's no protein variety, but again, as I mentioned, if you buy the chicken and the beef recipe, then at least you would have 2 proteins instead of just 1. So these 100% cooked recipes would be great for multiple cat households or single cat households. Maybe you can't feed whole raw meaty bones, or maybe you don't have a grinder. Maybe you have access to fresh foods locally. That's always ideal because you control the ingredients, therefore the cost and the quality. Or maybe you aren't ready to feed raw. Maybe you're more comfortable feeding cooked. A cooked homemade recipe with fresh food ingredients is still better than processed kibble and canned foods. So we're moving that much closer to the ideal. Yes, of course, cats don't cook their food in the wild. I understand that. But a cooked homemade diet is still better than a processed diet. So Dr. Karen Becker's beef recipe is boneless. It includes a bone replacement supplement, so you can cook this recipe. So the pros here are that it does include organ varieties, so there's liver and kidney. Those secreting organs are absolutely beneficial to cats. And it's boneless, so if you don't have a grinder or can't feed whole bones yet, then this is perfect for you. Cons, of course, it would be better if you could feed raw, but again, this is still better than processed food. Another con is that there's no raw meaty bones, so there's no dental benefits or mental stimulation benefits, but we cannot feed cooked bones anyway. And again, we're trying to get closer and closer to that ideal diet. This is still much better than commercial processed food. Another con is that it includes plant-based ingredients, but again, the pros outweigh the cons. Fresh, local, homemade, you have more control over the ingredients and how it's made. That's always going to be better than any type of processed food. Dr. Becker also has a cooked chicken recipe. So this is, again, does not include whole bones. It includes a bone replacement supplement. And the pros here, there's good variety. It includes beef liver, and there are mostly whole food supplements. The cons, again, veggies, but the pros outweigh the cons in this situation for sure. Animal Diet Formulator also has a cooked chicken recipe. Pros, very easy to put together, minimal supplements. Cons, I would say the same here. There's a lack of protein variety, but you could use this in conjunction with Dr. Karen Becker's beef cooked recipe. Then at least you would have 2 different proteins. The more variety, the better. But if you're just starting out, you would only want to introduce 1 new protein at a time anyway. So as you get used to adding more proteins to your cat's diet, within that time, you can do more research to find new recipes. And as always, in the description, I have all of the resources that you need. There are additional recipes, additional options if you want to work with a nutritionist, if you want to formulate on your own, and where to buy these ingredients and all of the other resources that you need to feed your picky cat better. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you and your cats have a wonderful day.